And sometimes you might have too much joy, and that's why you have too much stuff. But there is something to be said about that. Whereas if you look at a piece of, say you look at a painting or a picture and you have really good memories of that and you're really connected to that in a positive way, and then maybe you look at another painting that doesn't bring up those good things for you, then maybe that's the one you should release and get rid of, so that you're creating a positive vibe in your environment, and you're, every time you look at something that brings up something negative, you're basically reliving that negative event or that trauma. And that is hard to work through if you have a lot of things in your space that are bringing up really negative memories for
Yeah, you have to get rid of the trauma. Because trauma over trauma, it just becomes too much trauma.
you. And it just grows. If you don't
Yeah.
handle it, it's kind of like grief, where if it accumulates. And if you don't handle this piece of grief, then the next time some kind of grief comes to you, you're dealing with like double, instead of, I've processed this other, I experienced it with my brother who, he died many years ago, but later I had an uncle that passed away, and I realized like 15 years later that I hadn't really entirely processed this grief over here. And so I was kind of dealing with, I lost a brother and an uncle, and how do I process that? And that grief and trauma is what people want to avoid sometimes, and that can trigger that hoarding response to bring more and more things to you to protect yourself from more loss.
Yeah, you have to deal with the situation. Sometimes avoidance is not the right response.
And the thing is a decision, no decision is still a decision. And choosing to not deal with it is a response. You're deciding, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to address it. And if you stuff it down, it's going to come out